separated by less than 20 seconds.
But the 51's in the pits, and that's not altogether surprising if it is carrying damage. So the SP8
so he's lost the lead then.
Into the pits, but well, Paul might be able to tell us whether it was due a pit stop or not. But that's the first opportunity, obviously, for the 8T BMW to actually stop off with the team and fully assess the damage. It's Philippe Goschel in that BMW.
Still got the slow zone for the BMW Hyundai incident earlier on, and the leader caught up in a train of traffic as he comes through the ice curve, and now he'll know there's a Porsche somewhere there. It's only 3-4 cars behind him. Now this is really interesting. This is like one of those challenges on Forza Motorsport where you've got to pick your way through cars given the time limit, and through comes Kevin Estre, 2 wheels up on the curve.
That the ice curve again?
That was the ice curve again. It's another place he likes to ride the curves. Now he's coming down through Flansgarden. He's got slower traffic ahead, and the STI Subaru's in there. Which way does he go? Starts to the left. No, he's going to go at the right. Does the STI Subaru? Yellow flags out there. Yellow flags out there, and there was an overtake under yellow by the Porsche. Overtake under yellow by the Porsche. Now, how's that going to play out? Because they definitely don't like to see that happen. Now, when did that yellow come out?
It was, as far as I saw it, John, it was a double yellow there, so there should have been or at least a stationary yellow before it was a waved yellow.
Well, there was definitely a waved yellow there. Yeah. Johnny might be able to check that out because he's running a little bit of a playback here in the booth with us in the Aston Martin Lounge.
I'll try and spool back. Give me a moment.
Thank you. Spool it back over the tape apes. The leader comes down the Dottinger and picks its way past the 76th place Hyundai. Flashing lights from the second place of Kevin Estre, but I'm pretty certain I saw a yellow flag there. It catches your eye. And just back a bit, Johnny, from there, where you are. I know that doesn't work on radio, but Johnny's got the relevant piece of tape.
Blue flag there. Blue
Yellow flag on the right-hand side.
That's blue there.
Is it blue?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And yellow flag now.
There. No, it's further up. I think that's where the yellow flag's being waved on the next post.
Does he get it done beforehand?
Oh, it's tight.
It's tight, isn't it? I definitely saw a yellow flag.
It's very tight, and obviously Race Control will have far more cameras at their disposal. Actually, there's a yellow flag on the left, which I'd missed as well.
Right, and that's the one I saw, the one on the left.
That's right in the area where the overtake takes place.
He's gone past under a yellow. Was that single yellow?
Yeah, and then the
single waved yellow. Single waved yellow.
I tell you what it's to cover. It's to cover a car that's been towed along the grass, which
may
actually be...
Was that yellow or white then? If it's a white flag, he's all right.
No, it's yellow.
Are you sure?
It's a single yellow.
Single yellow. Ooh, then he's overtaken under a yellow. Sorry, he really has. I saw it at the time. Johnny's now confirmed it. It's just one of those things. It catches movement on the flag post is what catches your eye.
The green's after it as well to confirm it's a yellow and not a white flag.
So that's going to be looked at then, surely by Race Control.
I mean, having seen the list of things that are being looked at by Race Control, I don't
It may be a while before they get to it.
I don't doubt that they'll get to it, but as I say, John, yeah, it may be a while to get there, and it may well be that Kevin Estre has got himself into the lead by then, because the rate he's going at the moment, down to 2 seconds, he'll catch Dirk Muller on this lap, I think, but I don't think he'll get past.
It was the 85 Golf that was being recovered.
Yes,
because
correct.
That's where the car went off, the class leader at the time. It was being towed to a safe position, and then the leaders arrived on the scene, pretty much.
That was the Cinsic car, which had been leading its class.
Yeah.
So we've had a bonkers half hour or so with,
just a bit.
What, at least four class leaders that we've seen hitting trouble and giving up their class leads. 3 of them in one incident.
And just to go back to the 51 car, which, as you said, did come into the pits, and you asked me whether it was an on schedule. It did 7 laps, and previous to that car was 8. So
not far off.
Only 1 lap off. But then that's a 12% of his fuel tank full. So I think he would have come in primarily to have the car inspected, and he is still there, the 51 car, and he's been there for 5 minutes. So obviously there is some damage to the car, which they're attempting to repair, and it's now already too late because the car will have lost its class lead, even though on the screens it may be showing you that it's still in the lead of the class. Cars around the circuit will have gone past it.
Big cheer for Olaf when he got out of the Manta, the Kissling car. That was a big incident. Marcel Duc is at that area of the circuit. He's tweeted in at RSL_studio with the hashtag N24RSL. He said that was a big one. You should have heard the crowd cheering after the driver left looking healthy, left the car looking healthy.
Kissling, not actually the official entry of the
Still
car.
on the side of the car though, isn't it?
It's, I think it's part of the support package that comes with the AVD, but yeah, Kissling there as a supporter of the team rather than its official entrant. But in previous years, John, you're absolutely right, it's been entered by Kissling Motorsport.
Just unbelievable. Dirk Muller then off on another lap, and Kevin Estre has got the leader in sight. The change of colours this year hasn't changed the pace of Black Falcon. They're still one of the preeminent teams, but there's nothing between them now really in Nordschleifer terms, under 3 seconds on the watch, but that really doesn't matter. What we've got is Kevin Estre with target acquired on the leader, gained quite a lot of that time through the way the slow zones played out and how they were withdrawn at various times, but he's also been very quick indeed. Last lap at 8:58 for Estre against a 9:02 for the Mercedes-Benz of Dirk Muller. And there's a certain inevitability about this Manthey Porsche catching up over the bridge at the far side of the circuit, approximately halfway around. Now the second entry to the Nordschleifer is now heading up through that extremely quick left-hander. Starting to climb now, long climb, all about getting the momentum here, and Estre's closing back in again.
That's an absolute best through Sector 5, which took him 1 minute 47.9. Bear in mind that Muller's time, a 1:49.5, so that's a second and a half. Managed to get back again. So what's the gap now? Just 1.2 seconds. And you don't really need a timing screen, frankly, as they're heading to the very fast part of the climb up towards the carousel now. Headlights firmly on and starting to pick out the gloom which is assembling in the valley. It's still nice and light at the start line. And the #1 Porsche, the sister car at Manthey, unbelievable
There's all
now.
kinds of track vehicles out there. 2 flatbeds, and it was side by side from Estre.
No, that's the one car.
Oh no, that's the one car. You're right. That's PP. That's Patrick Peele.
Yeah.
Side by side past one of the intervention vehicles. That won't be looked on. Anything other than with a raised eyebrow, I would have thought, from race control. Even with a white flag. Now, with a white flag, you're allowed to pass so long as you're not side by side with the course vehicle, or side by side as you go past the course vehicle. So that again is going to be a very close judgment as this battle for the lead continues. Of course, what race control will be waiting for, Johnny, is a report from that marshal's post.
Yeah. Yes, and you know, there's no guarantee that the marshal on site will have seen it as we did, but it looked pretty clear to me, I have to say. I'm sure Kevin Estre's defence will be, well, I had 2 back markers right in my way, couldn't see the flag, but, you know, I don't know. I'm happy to put up a defence for Kevin Estre, but there'll be many angles of that. Oh, and slow into a code 60 now. This is still the clear-up operation after that Hyundai connected with the BMW, of course.
With the cones out, marking the area of the track they don't want them on, the BMW is not going to move very easily as it's lost quite a lot of its bodywork and wheels. Here's the news we didn't want to give you. From Foxtail, at Foxtail SP3, by the way, if you're not following that, you should be. It's been fun. I've flapped solidly for 5 hours, but now it's time for a rest. See you at the next VLN race.
Good
the
stuff.
Foxtail has left the building.
It has, but it will return.
Oh, unflappable.
And return next month, indeed, because the next VLN is the 13th of July. So it hasn't got many weeks to catch its breath again. Look at this for the lead, incredible. It's down to 2 car lengths now. And I just wonder whether Kevin Estre caught up a little bit of time in the code 60. Maro Engel's going to really struggle to defend here because the Porsche's got a really good run. They're heading now towards the Kleiner Carousel. So it's a right, it's a left, and then the big left-hander on the concrete. So far, the Mercedes can hold the Porsche back, but coming next, the Dottinger Hurt.
Yeah.
And I think this Merc's going to be a sitting duck.
Double apex right-hander at the gallows corner coming through now. Merc gets a good run into the first part. Maybe a little bit of an early apex in the second part, but drifts out towards the right line now. To coin a phrase that I've used once or twice before, who's got the ponies? Is it the big twin-turbo V8? Is it the normally aspirated 4-litre flat 6? The Porsche's edging closer in the aero wash of the Mercedes AMG. It's getting closer. They're coming towards the Bilstein Bridge now, and all of a sudden the gap starts to come down much quicker as he gets into the hole in the air made by the Mercedes. Drifts over, 2 wheels on the grass. The pass on the grass for the lead. 3 wide under the Bilstein Bridge. That is extraordinary. Absolutely incredible. Audacious. I can't think of anything else to say to that other than wow. That was an unbelievable pass. Estre takes the lead. Manthey Racing lead at the Nurburgring 24 hours with 2 tyres on the grass. When Dirk Muller closed down on him to try and hold him back, he would not be denied.
Just absolutely phenomenal driving from Kevin Estre. Bear in mind, we are about 2-3 laps into this stint, so this is virtually a fully laden Porsche as well. It's not the last lap before a pit stop, so a heavy car. Obviously so fast through the air though as well, and he was happy just to drop a couple of Michelin tyres on the grass and still get traction. Unbelievably, got the inside
and how
line.
Quick down there? How quick down there?
I didn't think he was going to do it.
I thought he was going to back out.
As you said, no, but I didn't think he was going to catch him. And then as you said, got within a car and a half, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes the turbo boost from the Porsche. The Mercedes tries to close the door far too late from Muller, and Kevin Estre says, no, you don't, sunshine, I'm having the race lead.
It was like the car had turbo boost. That's a normally aspirated car. How far the grass was he? He was half a car's width on the grass. Oh my goodness, it wasn't just dropping a wheel over, he was grass cutting at 180 miles an hour. That's the world's fastest lawnmower. That is absolutely incredible. Not a scintilla. A hint of a lift from the right foot there.
Dries Vanthoor had an absolutely horrendous crash there last year by, I think, catching a back marker pretty much at the kink at Tiergarten. That's how badly it can go wrong. Clanged the barrier one side, then on the other side as well. But somehow Estre, with those hot Michelin tyres from a lap around the Nordschleife, found some grip, continued vaguely in a straight line. And Paul Truswell, we have a new race leader.
We do indeed. 270. I was just going to answer your question. How fast they were going? 277 kilometres per hour. Work that one out.
Just north of 170 miles an hour.
Well, wasn't a bad guess then. We've just ordered a large forklift truck for when Estre gets out of the car, because there's 2 parts of his body that must be huge and very heavy indeed after that. That was just extraordinary. Right then, well, the last time I bailed out of here, it was because I couldn't believe anything more exciting was happening. I'm going to do the same now because Joe Bradley is about to jump in for me for the next 3 hours or so. I'm going to go and lie in a darkened room and have someone drip warm halibut oil onto me just to calm me down a little bit.
I have no idea where this race is going next, because I've virtually seen the whole that motorsport can offer in about the last 45 minutes. Just amazing motorsport, and we still have 20 hours and 48 minutes of this race to enjoy. The 3rd place car, by the way, is the number 42 Schnitzer BMW, is now being recovered from the scene at Brunchen, minus most of its front bodywork, sadly, and also minus a front right wheel. But Maxi Goertz driving the Mann-Filter Mercedes, running in 3rd position then in that yellow and green livery car. Very similar to the race leader, only it's a Mercedes AMG. And in 4th position, it's the Fricadelli car, which for this part of the stint is being driven by Sven Muller. So we've had Matt Campbell, and I reckon it's only been Sven Muller since then.
No, we've had everybody. They've
have they really? Right, okay.
One. So 31 was started, the car was started by Matt Campbell.
Then we had a Muller stint.
Then we had a Muller. Then we had Mathieu Jaminet.
Yeah.
Then we had Romain Dumas. And now we've got Sven Muller again.
Right, so they've missed Matt Campbell in the rotation.
Matt Campbell on the rotation. And then behind those four, so we've got Porsche sandwiching 2 Mercedes first and fourth.